We got new tag champs, we got tag champs remaining, we got Brock Lesnar upsetting mothers, and Becky Lynch coming out dressed in kid pyjamas. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling. Bit of a strange Raw tonight. Probably one of the best Raws I've seen in a while. And even then, it still wasn't great, but I'll take it over last week's because it was definitely an improvement on that. We got the return of Brock Lesnar, and you can say what you want about Lesnar, but when he is kicking somebody's ass, it looks real. You take notice, you can't help but pay attention. It legit looks like he is destroying people when he is laying a beat down, and that's what it looked like tonight when he took Cody Rhodes down. So we started the show with Cody Rhodes. He wanted Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar, though, didn't look like he was coming out. Brock Lesnar was called out. He did not appear. Cody then pretty much turned his attention to his family and said that the reason he is here is because of his mother, and his mother was in the front row. So he thanked his mother. He talked about hard times, and that was pretty much it. He says that when he gets Lesnar, he's going to beat Lesnar. He's going to do it because he can overcome hard times. He said it won't be hard times for Rhodes, it will be hard times for Lesnar. And then he goes and hugs his family. I don't know who it was in the crowd. There was no Brandy Rhodes, which I thought was weird. I think it was like Cody's, I don't know. I mean, his mum was there. There was a couple other people there. Kids were there, teenagers, some older guy. I don't know if it was brothers or cousins or nephews or whatever. But his family was in the front, but there was no Brandy Rhodes, so we didn't see his wife there. Then Brock Lesnar's music plays. Cody goes to meet him on the ramp. Brock doesn't appear. His music then plays again. Cody's like, screw this, I'm going to go and fight in Brock. But before he can get to the back, we see him get thrown out from behind the curtain. And what happens? A steel chair comes out and Brock Lesnar just lays a beat down on Cody Rhodes. Hits him with the chair, hits him with knees, hits him with strikes. When he shoulder tackles him into the ring apron, then lifts him up and slams him into the steel post, ring post. Brock just beating down Cody. He then takes Cody in front of his mum and hits a big F5 on the outer side of the ring, gets him inside the ring, and then just locks in the Kumara, locks it in tight, makes Cody Rhodes scream in pain, and nobody was there to help Cody Rhodes, and Rhodes is like pretty much dying at ringside, and Brock Lesnar just continuously mocked him, continuously stared at his mum. Fans were chanting, "You suck," at Brock Lesnar, and then Lesnar yelled at Cody, "I'll accept your challenge. I'll see you at SummerSlam, bitch." And before Brock left, he had one more look at Cody's family, and that was pretty much it. He did hit Cody Rhodes with one more chair shot, though, before. I think it was during the commercial break he came out. Just when Cody Rhodes is like lying there, he came back out and hit him with a chair, which was good. Look, it was a good start to the show. I thought we were going to get another boring Cody Rhodes promo, and it kind of was boring up to the point where Brock came out. Cody Rhodes even mentioned hard times, obviously referencing Dusty Rhodes, but no one seemed to care. The crowd was like dead or whatever, so yeah, but no, Brock Lesnar, big beatdown. I mean, honestly, I would have preferred, if I'm being honest, I would have preferred Brock Lesnar to get physical with Cody's mum, but of course that ain't going to happen. But I just feel like now WWE is so fucking PG, they're just like afraid to do anything. It's like they will have women beat up men, and again, we've seen that on this show tonight. There was several times where women got involved, women attacked the men, but you can just never have it the other way about. And I mean, if you look at what Cody and Brock have done, I just don't feel like this really ups the ante. Now, you can argue, yeah, Brock's beat up Cody before, but he's never done it in front of Cody's family. Well, that's kind of, you could argue that's Cody's fault for putting his family at ringside. Basically, all Brock did here was beat Cody up. I just think it would have meant so much more to the feud if we actually seen Brock get physical with his family. Maybe not even F5 his mother, but could we not have had Brock, I don't know, pie face her or drag her over the barricade and make her watch as he like locks in the Kimura on Cody? I just feel like he could add a little bit of a physical altercation, even if it didn't necessarily mean Brock, you know, perform an effort. I'm sure Brock could have snapped her arm like kayfabe, locked in a Kimura, or like I said, even just drag her over the barricade so she could get a closer look at him beating up Cody, but they just can't do any sort of female violence or anything that is overly edgy. We just can't get that for whatever reason. But tonight, we've seen Valhalla slap Otis. We've seen Rhea Ripley again get involved in the tag team match main event. So women can attack men all the time. That is perfectly fine. But even when it would help advance the story and it would help add more heat to the Cody Rhodes and Brock stuff, we just can't get anything that crosses the line, so to speak. So, I mean, fucking lame, incredibly lame. If we can't get it both ways, then just don't do it at all. I mean, it is retarded. Like, look at back when Triple H was feuding with Randy Orton. Randy Orton hit the RKO on Steph, and that was pretty much Triple H. He was fucking, he was furious. That was it. He was going to absolutely kill Randy Orton for that. But they needed to do that, they needed to add a little bit more to that feud, and I just felt like having Brock do something to Cody's mum here, or even, I don't know, say something bad about Dusty Rhodes. I know he's dead or whatever, but as long as like Rhodes is okay with it, I think it would have been cool to see Brock Lesnar, I don't know, call out Dusty or something, or say something negative about Dusty, but we didn't get to see that. All we got to see was a Brock Lesnar beatdown. Look, the beatdown was good. I'm not saying it wasn't good, but we've seen Brock Lesnar kick Cody's ass a lot of times. We see Brock Lesnar kick everybody's ass. It wasn't really new, but you know what? It was a good start to the show, so I'll give it credit. Then we've got Gunther versus Matt Riddle. I mean, pretty good match, very hard hitting. These both guys just laying it on the line. Title was not up for grabs, so Imperium were banned from ringside. Gunther did win, but Gunther's got the worst powerbomb I've seen in wrestling. People can say this guy's great, and I'm not denying that. Like, he is a good wrestler, but his powerbomb fucking sucks, and it looks so weak when he finishes this match with it. You're like, he battles the shit out of Riddle. Like, Riddle takes all these like physical chops and attacks and strikes, and then he loses to a weak looking powerbomb. Doesn't make sense to me, but the match was good. And then Gunther called out Drew McIntyre. I think Drew will beat Gunther at SummerSlam. That is my prediction, but it should be a pretty good match. I don't really know why Drew McIntyre is involved with the IC belt. For me, he should be in the world title picture. I don't think there's that many people on Raw that are at a higher main event level than Drew McIntyre, so why he's been relegated to the mid-card title, I do not know. But I guess we'll find out. Then we got Liv Morgan and Raquel discussing tonight's title defense. Rhea Ripley showed up and she just tells that woman to leave. And Rhea Ripley just acting like a man, looking like a man, sounding like a man. Way too much masculine fucking energy coming out of Rhea Ripley. And I don't like it. Liv tries to talk, saying that they're not afraid of Ripley. Ripley drops her a headbutt, which was pretty cool. I'm sick of hearing Liv Morgan talk. And then we got Ripley and Rodriguez battle it out, and Ripley then kicks her in the leg and injures her leg. We then see the trainers saying that, you know what, she can go. Apparently they'd like to do some scans, but they ain't got time for scans. The match is up next. The doctor says she can wrestle, but he doesn't recommend it. Adam Pearce gives the match a go-ahead. Then we get the match, and it is a win for Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville. We've got new women's tag team champions here, and I think this was a good decision. I actually liked this, so yeah, it worked for me. They got the win. I think Chelsea Green's probably been the best returnee that Triple H has brought back. I think she's done a good job since she came back. I think she's been the best. Yeah, definitely the best if you compare her to everybody else. I don't agree with her being in a tag team. I just don't like when two people are thrown together in a team. It always is a bad sign. If you're not important enough to be having a singles run, you get thrown in a tag team, and it's just not a good look. But I do think they kind of complement each other a little bit, Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville. Sonya Deville has been known for complaining. That's kind of been her character, where she bitches and complains and always wants things changed. That was kind of what they were going for with Chelsea Green as well. So maybe they're both similar to like Karen type characters. And tonight they came out in matching ring gear, and I find them both very hot as well. So yeah, no, I have no complaints. We've got new tag team champions. That works for me. So yeah, that is the new champs. What's their names? Fuck. can't even remember their names. Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green. So yeah, you know what? I do like Chelsea Green. I think she's been one of the best things about Raw over the past 6 months. I think she's definitely the best female on Raw. At least she's my personal favourite. So yeah, big up Chelsea Green. We've got the Judgment Day. Dominic Mysterio was trying to speak about him winning the NXT North American Championship, but of course he wasn't allowed to because the crowd booed the shit out of him. Rhea Ripley went on about how she's the most dominant woman in WWE. Priest, she says both Priest and Balor will become champions, and I mean, this just annoyed me. Why did we have Rhea Ripley speaking for the entire Judgment Day? All of a sudden, they've just made her the leader. Out of nowhere, she's become like de facto leader. She's speaking for all these men, and we're having this woman that is in command, leading these men, and it just comes off as very simpish. I mean, Balor shouldn't be the leader, but if he'd make a better leader than Rhea Ripley. And I don't know why Damian Priest isn't the leader, to be honest. I think he's the best out of the four by a decent mile, but no. I guess Rhea Ripley, she's the woman, so she has to be the leader. She has to be strong, she has to be independent, she has to be masculine, and she has to be above all the other guys. Sami and Kevin Owens come out. They get asked to make the match a tag team title match. Sami says he can't do it without Kevin Owens' say-so, and Kevin Owens says, yeah, let's do it. So that's it. We're getting a tag team title match tonight, which should be pretty good. We then got a backstage promo with Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green with Brian Saxton. It wasn't great. It wasn't bad, it just didn't really do much. Chelsea Green is trying to thank everybody that's been involved in this title win, and Sonya Deville keeps trying to get her to stop talking. So we'll see what happens with this tag team title run. Then we got Rollins doing a sit-down interview with Brian Saxton. He doesn't really get to say much. He says that there's a short list of challengers. Finn Balor's one of them, but there's other guys he needs to consider for SummerSlam. Why is Seth Rollins considering it? Shouldn't there be like a GM? Shouldn't there be an authority figure that makes the matches? You would think so, but apparently not. Finn Balor walks in, he dismisses Saxton. Sorry guys, it's 4:30 in the morning. I'm fucking trying to remember what happened in wrestling here. It's not a good time to review wrestling. In the UK, reviewing it at 4:30 in the morning, barely any sleep, but I'm trying here. Anyway, let's get back to it. Adam Pearce, Seth Rollins says it's up to Adam Pearce to make the match official. Then Balor attacks him with a chair and says, "You got to speak to Adam Page, you make this match official. You make it official. I am the line. The line starts behind me." So yeah, typical Finn Balor promo. Then we got the Viking Rules match. Alpha Academy versus the Viking Raiders. Look, I think the Alpha Academy are underrated. I think they should be tag team champions. I would like to see them extend the Alpha Academy. I would kind of like to see either more members be added or maybe do some sort of crossover where the Alpha Academy, maybe Chase U can combine, something like that. I don't know, but I like the Alpha Academy. I think they could do with more members. I think Chad Gable could definitely get a push. I think this guy could be a more serious wrestler. I'm not even going to compare him to Kurt Angle, but I do think he has similarities when it comes to parts of Angle in the ring, and I think he could be a very good mid-carder, maybe get a singles run. You look at maybe the Intercontinental Championship, Gunther's pretty much been unbeatable. I would maybe like to see someone like Chad Gable stop Gunther rather than a Drew McIntyre. But the ending of this match pissed me off, so Valhalla spears the hot chick through the table. Otis gets in the ring. He's not happy about this. He beats the shit out of both Viking Raiders members, completely destroys them. He's about to hit his finisher. And then Valhalla gets up on the apron and slaps Otis. And this makes him dizzy. This stuns him long enough for the other two members of Viking Raiders to hit a double power bomb, and they get the 1, 2, 3. So we had Otis destroy these two guys for about 3 minutes straight, just hitting them with big moves after big moves after big moves, only for Valhalla, this little 5-foot fucking gremlin of a woman, to she honestly looks like she's never had a fucking bath in about 10 years. She always runs about barefoot and her feet are fucking black. I mean, have a bath, you stinking bitch. Like, what are you doing? Anyway, she slaps Otis. and this caused Otis to lose the match. How can Otis dominate the two Vikings? How can he beat the shit out of them, but then one slap for Valhalla is enough to stun Otis, and it allows them to do the double powerbomb? Why are they so obsessed with this, especially under the Triple H era? Why do women need to just beat up men all the time? Why do women have to be powerful? Why do women have to be strong? And they always have to get the upper hand, and they always have to have the men look fucking weak, and the men can't do anything. All the men can do is stand there like dipshits because they're not allowed to physically do anything back. I mean, they're not even allowed to protect themselves, defend themselves. It's dumb. It's fucking dumb. I mean, back in the day, if a woman kept getting involved, I mean, the man would just fucking hit his finisher on her or do something. But now in WWE, the men just accept it. They're like, well, you're a woman, I'm going to let you beat me up. It's some sort of weird fucking women beating up men fetish that Triple H has got. He probably let Stephanie McMahon beat the shit out of him in the bedroom, honestly, because based on the way he books Raw, that's what I think happens in his house. But anyway, Viking Raiders win. It was a good match. It was a good match. And Alpha Academy are so fucking talented, and I like Otis and I like Chad Gable, but why did they lose? And I don't see why they're doing this stupid feud with the Viking Raiders anyway. Viking Raiders suck. Let's get Alpha Academy back towards the tag team titles. Anyway, that's it. Otis, Chad Gable. I do like them both. I think they've got a lot of potential, but I would like to see them add a couple more members, or just, I don't know, extend the group, because it's been a little bit, it's getting a bit stale. I know they added the woman or whatever, and I forget her name, and I shouldn't forget her name because she's really, really hot, but yeah, right now I just cannot remember her name. Then we got Shayna Baszler versus Nikki Cross. Remember all those times where Nikki Cross was backstage and she was like stalking Candice LeRae, and people said, oh, this is Triple H, this is a long-term story, let's trust Triple H, he knows what he's doing. Where the fuck happened with this? What happened to Nikki Cross trying to be best friends with Candice LeRae, and she was always peeking on her, spying on her, looking behind the curtains? What happened? Where did this go? I'll tell you where it went. Absolutely nowhere. What a fucking joke. What a waste of time. Nikki Cross fucking sucks. Lost to Shayna Baszler tonight. Baszler wins in about 20 seconds. Then Ronda Rousey calls out Baszler. And you know what? Ronda Rousey, at least she didn't botch her promo. She didn't botch any of her lines. She said about a minute promo, and it was, the dialogue wasn't that bad, okay? The dialogue wasn't that bad. She didn't botch any of it, but the delivery absolutely sucked. Ronda Rousey just is not convincing. She doesn't go through emotions. It's like when she speaks, it's like monotone. You wouldn't think that she is cutting a promo. You wouldn't think she's like heavily invested, or that she's really getting behind this. It sounds like she's fucking reading a bedtime story to her kid. That's what it sounds like when she's cutting these promos. I mean, yeah, the dialogue isn't necessarily bad, but the delivery, the way she says it, is very, very bad. Shayna Baszler tried to go up the ramp to get her, tried to go up the crowd, but security blocked her. I'm shocked Shayna Baszler didn't attack security, because it was two male security, and I'm just sitting there thinking she's going to beat these two males up, but it did not happen. Ronda Rousey says that I'm going to make you relevant, or something I'm going to do something you've never been able to do and get you on SummerSlam. No, the promo was pretty good, because Ronda was saying she's the greatest fighter that ever was, and that Baszler is just a knockoff, and then Baszler said that she's better at being Ronda Rousey in the ring than Ronda Rousey is, and then Ronda Rousey telling Baszler, I'm going to do something you could never do yourself and get you booked on SummerSlam, alluding to the fact that we're getting Baszler versus Ronda. So yeah, I mean, the promo wasn't bad. I just don't think Ronda Rousey is really cut out to be a promo person. And I just can't, for the life of me, think why they never paired Ronda Rousey with Paul Heyman. I get it. Her first run in WWE, she was being a face, so they probably didn't want Paul Heyman because he is technically a heel, and it's just never really a good look, in my opinion, to have a face need a manager to speak for them. But especially in the second run, when Ronda Rousey's been a heel, they should have stuck her with Paul Heyman. I get it. Paul Heyman, it was with Roman Reigns and stuff, but why not at least give her somebody else? I mean, Paul Heyman isn't the only manager in WWE history that's good at talking. They could have put a lot of people with Ronda Rousey. For one reason though or another, they didn't. And it just makes me wonder, like, how much better this Ronda Rousey run could have been if she actually had a mouthpiece, someone that could speak for her. I just think it would have worked out way, way better. But anyway, it didn't happen. She's cut a lot of shit promos, and hopefully there won't be many more bad promos left now, because she is coming towards the end of her career. I do believe SummerSlam will be her last match, and I think she's probably going to lose that, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. Up next, we have Miz T. Oh, no, wait, we don't. We have Ricochet saying he's going to hit Paul. He's going to hurt Paul where it hurts his ego. That's not how it goes, Ricochet. You're supposed to say you're going to hit Paul where it hurts, not you're going to hurt Paul where it hurts. But anyway, Ricochet wants to have a match with Logan Paul. Looks like this is going to go down at SummerSlam. Then we got The Miz versus Becky Lynch. The Miz says that he is a big star. He's been golfing with celebrities, including Pat McAfee, who he doesn't really refer to as a celebrity. He then brings out Becky Lynch. He says that Becky Lynch has lost a step. Lynch snaps, says that she's lost a lot. She's lost championships, she's lost matches, she's lost friends. But the one thing she's not lost is a step in the ring. And she tells Miz that if he doesn't get his guests out soon, he's going to lose his tiny balls. So again, we have women threatening men, beating up men, looking more dominant than men, controlling men, you name it. This show is literally fucking women just looking stronger, being superior over men. Absolute joke of a show. I don't know why it is booked this way. I don't know why we can't have fucking strong men. I just don't understand. I do not understand. What is this bullshit? Can someone explain it to me? I don't know. Anyway, Trish comes out, says that she'll give her the rematch. She gives in to Becky Lynch, offers her the rematch at SummerSlam, but there's a list of demands. Says that she has to beat Shayna Baszler. No, she has to beat Zoe Starks. Then she has to get on her hands and knees and beg that Trish is the best, or thank you Trish. And then she says if Trish wins, she has to get a tattoo on her chest saying thank you Trish. And why did they add that stupid stipulation? Because you just know that's never going to happen. So automatically now we know who's winning the match, because Becky Lynch is never going to get a tattoo saying thank you Trish across her chest. I thought it was fucking retarded. There was no need to add that, but they added that anyway. And I mean, yeah, what is the point? Then we got Nakamura versus Bronson Reed. It was an okay match. Bronson Reed, Nakamura. Don't know who was going to win. We didn't get a chance to find out. Tommaso Ciampa came down, attacked Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed got the win by DQ. Nakamura wasn't happy. Nakamura attacked Tommaso Ciampa. Then after the match backstage, we had Brian Saxton ask Nakamura why did he do that. Nakamura said, "Me don't like people getting involved in my business." So there you go. Stay out of my business. Yeah, that is what Nakamura had to say. And I totally forgot to mention, Becky Lynch was dressed in pajamas. Like, what is it with Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins? Why do they both think that they're like fashion gurus? Why do they both think that they're like gods of fashion and that they're great? They've got like great design, like an eye for designer gear and all this stuff. They don't. It looks fucking hideous. Seth Rollins looked hideous tonight. Becky Lynch looked hideous tonight. Seth Rollins looks like a gimp. He doesn't look like a world champion. This guy looks like a fruit. It is what it is. I'm not going to deny it. He looks like he should be doing some sort of gay catwalk for men. This guy does not look like someone. Could you imagine Austin wearing this shit that Seth Rollins had on tonight? No, you can't imagine it, because it wouldn't happen. Anyway, main event time. Judgment Day versus Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, titles on the line. Seth Rollins has a suicide dive on Finn Balor, takes him out the equation. During the match, we had Rhea Ripley get involved again. More women on men, more women on female on male violence. Like, why can't we just fucking not do this? I mean, seriously. I mean, even if it was once every show, that wouldn't be as bad, but they do it like so many fucking times. It's like all the time. If it's not women physically assaulting men, they're like verbally assaulting men, or they're controlling men, or they're threatening men. It's always women looking more dominant and looking superior over men. Why does this need to happen in Triple H's WWE? I do not know, but it happens all the time. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn get the win. Stunner, Haluva kick, 1, 2, 3. They retain. Everybody celebrates. We keep the current tag team champions, although we did get new women's tag team champions earlier in the night, so, I mean, whatever. Was it the worst Raw? No, it wasn't. The matches were pretty good. I will say that. The main event was pretty good. The Alpha Academy match was good. The Gunther match was good. The matches were good. I'm not going to sit here and say that they weren't good. I thought the matches were alright. The promos, Becky Lynch promo, I didn't really enjoy, to be honest. Judgment Day promo didn't do much for me. I thought the opener was pretty good. Brock Lesnar destroying Cody Rhodes. I kind of like that. But a lot of the women shit, just women beating up men, and I just don't need that. I don't see why WWE has to do that. It doesn't appeal to me. I'm going to give Raw a 3 out of 10. And that's probably the highest Raw I've gave in months, because every week Raw absolutely sucks. This week I thought it was entertaining. It's just, I would have probably give it a little bit higher, but it's just the constant women belittling men. That does annoy me, and it takes away from the show rating, because especially in the Viking Raiders match, you've got Otis who's like powering up, destroying both Eric and Ivar, hitting all these big moves on the two Vikings, looks like he's going to win the match, and then a little slap for that little gremlin Fahala is enough to cost him the victory. It's like unbelievable. Not very realistic, guys. I've no interest in watching wrestling like this. Like, currently we're watching like old Raw, and you see William Regal versus Trish Stratus, and William Regal just manhandles Trish Stratus. There's no women physically overpowering men or beating up men, because it's not realistic, and it wouldn't fucking happen. You literally had William Regal put Trish in the Regal stretch and stretch her ass, and she tapped out in seconds. Nowadays, if they were booking it, I mean, Trish Stratus would probably be hitting all these big moves on William Regal and making him tap out in 1.7 seconds and hitting a move on him that puts him down for a 10 count. But yeah, that's WWE nowadays, guys. It fucking sucks. Anyway, that is it. I'm giving it a 3 out of 10. Let me know your thoughts down below. We'll catch you in the next one. And of course, till then, been Fog Wrestling. Thanks for watching, and peace.